Welcome back to Construction Simulator. There's a lot of you that want to watch this, so I'm gonna keep going. As long as they're interested, I'll keep playing. So in the last episode, we finished the bridge. Huge job, was great. It's good. Actually, we finished the bridge, and then this is the bridge right here that we just completed. I was going to take on the next campaign for this lady, which is this. Untamed... That is an Untamed Land, or what the heck was it called? Untamed something. Jobs, campaign, maritime tourism, Untamed Country. The bridge has been completed. Now the terrain must be prepared for the foundations of the vacation complex. For this purpose, a lot of soil has to be moved, and the entire terrain has to be straightened. And I bought a bunch of equipment that should help us with completing this. Obviously, that's... I gotta dispose some things, apparently. They're going to be junk or something on the land. I got me a backhoe. I already have a crane. I already have a transport truck. I bought me a front loader. That's it. So I mean, we want to make this job high. We want to come down with all that moolah. 988,000. I'm all for it, man. Does that change what we need to bring, though? Hold on. Does it? I know added steps, but what? Backfilling? Maybe that's what I have to do. Let's see. All right. Let's accept the contract. Let's go talk to the lady. I'm assuming it's going to be in this area. Oh, look. It is. It's her right there. I knew it. I've seen this when I was driving around working on that last project. I saw this whole little area. I thought this was going to be like a suburb, like a little subdivision of houses or whatever, but it looks like it's going to be this big project. Probably that hotel she was mentioning in one of the previous missions.
Every urban planner dreams of being able to develop new land and design it from the ground up. First, you have to prepare the area for the properties planned here.
Okay.
It's a forward-looking decision for the city to finally break new ground again. I can imagine that there will be more jobs for your company here once the site has been developed.
She sees out of those. Okay, so we've completed that. We need to remove rock and waste wood. So looks like that's where I got to put the supplies. Obviously there's some rock right there. Waste wood. Where's the waste wood at? Is that part of the development? I wonder if that's part of the development. Okay, either way, right, I'm gonna need my crane, right? Is that what it said? Disposal, crane. Great. Okay, so we're gonna go grab my crane. I need to probably bring my truck too, I imagine, to load that stuff into. It's a guess. Let's go here. We're gonna go. We'll bring the crane in. Obviously. Take out. I'm gonna leave the other things there unless I find out I need to. Maybe let me put it in the street. I don't know. We'll find out here in just a second. Let's enter this. Let's go. Excuse me, I'm still battling a cold, so I apologize about the around my throat. Fast travel. This crane is kick butt, by the way. It's super long boom. It's got to be that, right? Stuff, right? Well, here's some. So I've got to remove some rocks. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that's fine. Do I just put them on the street, or do I need to... So like this, let's go, F. Yeah, set up. Now when we're in this mode, maybe I can see some other things I need to pick up, because I don't know what she means by waste wood. Maybe stuff over there. I don't... Oh, I gotta put it right there. I see. Okay, I got you. Yeah. So that is where I need to place it. That's what that is for. Oh, there is wood in here. How come I didn't see that before? Interesting. Let's grab this big piece. Move this just so it's out of the way. Can't see, thank you. No? There we go. Off just by a hair. Let's see. There we go. And there's a rock, but let's try to get this stuff closer, I guess, first. Go, Gadget, go, go. Gadget arm. Let's see. We've got a couple of other items. There we go. Go, go, gadget arm. Okay. We need this guy next. Oh, a little too far. There we go. Thank you. Bingo. Okay, next, we got 2 pieces of rock, or 2 rocks, I should say, not 2 pieces of rock, but 2 rocks, and 2 logs. Kind of easy enough. Thank you. Let's see how we do here. Right there. First log. And drop. No, wrong one. Sorry. Drop. Oh, I thought it was that one. That's fine. Last log. Last drop. I can't see. There we go. Okay, done. Debris removed. Consider it done. excavate the area. Okay, so what we're going to do is excavate it. You got to dig it deeper. I'm guessing so. Alright, let's bring the backhoe. Backhoe? Yeah, backhoe is what I'm going to bring, I think. I'm going to leave the crane here because I'm pretty sure I've got other items that I need to... excuse me. I need to use the crane for. So, at least on this job. So we're going to jump out. I need my excavator. Company. Make a fleet. Yes. Bring it. Take out. And enter. We're going to be digging a hole. Oh yeah. Okay. Now, let's go to the job site. Fast travel. Alright. Bring in my excavator to dig. So I've got to dig, assuming quite a bit. So is there a way in? I'm just going to go with excavating that. There's a square, I'm guessing. That's fine. We're going to go, we'll start on this side. Just so that we are trying to get as much as possible out of here. There we go. With my big bag boy shovel. My big boy shovel. Yes, sir. Perfect. Alright, here we go. It's extended reach. Let's put the dirt. Let's say over here because it just disappeared, right? Bingo! Do I have... Really? That's 0%? I'm excavating it. That's not good enough. Still 0? What am I doing wrong here? %. It's gonna take off. This is going to take a hot minute. There's going to be a lot of dirt that's going to be excavated out of here. Yeah, it's like 3 scoops. I wonder. Do I bring in my front loader to get it started, maybe. Maybe that would work better. Is there multiple places or just this square? Just this. I'm curious. That's pretty hectic. I mean, that's pretty... If I left that... I mean... 2%, man. Like, this is gonna be a dig, man. This is gonna be a dig. So I'm gonna need like basically 300 shovels. worth of dirt. 300 shovels worth of dirt out of this place. Isn't that crazy? To me, that seems crazy. It does.
That one took me a while.
This one? Dude, this digging is... this digging... It's 3 scoops for 1%. That's like 300 shovels fulls of dirt coming out of this hole. And it's not a very big hole. This sucker's got to go deep.
It does.
I mean, I guess I could have brought in a front loader, but I could only use a front loader a little bit, and then I'd have to go to the excavator anyway, because the front loader would get stuck down there, so. Yeah, we'll just keep going, I guess. We'll just have to do 300 of these. You find anything good for sale on Steam?
Just been kind of looking. There's a couple of games on my wish list that are
Emmy
on
was
sale, but
Emmy was saying something about, what was it?
I figured y'all know all the co-op games, so maybe there's some co-op games or something.
There's some good ones. Like, there's some good deals. I looked at a few of them. There's a couple of them I was kind of impressed with the deals. I can't remember which ones though, because I just was looking while I was working, kind of not paying a whole lot of attention. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So. What was the one? Oh, Lethal Company is one of the ones she mentioned. And the way she mentioned it, she's like, Dad, she's like, you ought to get Lethal Company. That would be one you would like. And I'm like, why? And she's like, it's just one of the kind you like. And I was like, okay. So I looked at it, and yeah, it's all right. I don't know if I'm gonna get it, but
That's one I don't know of.
I don't understand it. I've seen someone, who was it? I think I saw Markiplier play it or something. But I didn't understand the concept of it fully, because once again I was probably wasn't paying 100% attention, so probably my bad. But anyway, there's another one that I thought, oh, that'd be kind of fun. I thought it was a good deal, but I have to go back through the list to see which one it was. I don't recall what it was. I'm only at freaking 6%. I'm gonna have to go get gas before I finish this job.
Oh man. I quick traveled to the gas station to repair and to fuel a number of times. Yeah, that hole almost turned me off of excavating, but I was new at it. I was still pretty new at excavating, and I got that excavator you're using now. That's my favorite.
Yeah,
and
it's got a nice big bucket.
Yeah, and but it taught me how to do it better in the game. You know, and now it's not as big an issue.
Yeah, it's just repetition. Once you get a pattern down, it's. But it's much like this in real life. I mean, I've driven one of these before as well and used it. And it's much like this, meaning like the repetitive motions, you know.
Lawnmower Simulator.
Yeah, I saw the Power Wash one too was on sale. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, it's $19.99.
Yeah. I think that one's co-op too.
Lawnmower is $5.99.
I have the lawnmower one.
That's almost a. Oh, is it?
I have the,
Really?
I have the lawnmower one. It's on Epic. I do have the lawnmower one. I haven't played it or installed it, but I have it because it was for free like months ago, and I just never installed it. I'm about hitting bedrock here. Come on. Oh, that was too high. I don't know what I'm doing there. Got out of my pattern. Really didn't even get a full scoop on that one? I must be hitting bedrock.
Cooking Simulator.
Yeah, the cooking stuff I'm not a huge fan of. But maybe it would be fun with a group, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if I could. Drug Dealer Simulator.
Oh, brother.
What in the world? That's a new one on me.
People in there making games. I guess they'll make a game about it out of everything. That was a weak scoop. Yeah, it looks like that's the red bedrock right there, so I've got to get all this other crap out. One that would be fun, but still kind of expensive right now, would be GTFO or like multiplayer is what I'm referring to.
That's not one I'm familiar with. I've heard of it, but I don't know anything about it.
And it may be a little bit repetitive too, so I don't know how good it would be. But I've seen other people play it in groups, and it seemed pretty fun. Or I want to say it's. Yeah, I've seen the Gunsmith one. What was? There was one that was recommended to me. Now I'm gonna. It's gonna drive me nuts until I figure out which it is. But there was one that was recommended to me that looked pretty good.
U-boat? Is that what you think? No.
Let's see. Be nice if you could program a macro to do this
Oh, I know
in
it.
game and just have it do it, or tell your bot, and a computer controlled NPC, give it commands to dig this out.
I want to get a train simulator, but I don't know. There's a number of different
Yeah,
ones.
there's a few of them. I've looked at them before as well. There's a few of them that are out there that look decent. I've got one. Once again, never installed, but I have it. Can't remember what it's called though. And then when I looked at it, like I watched a video of someone playing it, I was like, it's not that great. Oh, why am I going that way? Go this way. Shorter distance. Oh, too high. Here, let me real quickly just go like this.
Don't you like how the dirt disappears when you dump it in the road?
That's why I do it. That way I don't have to do an extra job of hauling it somewhere. Let's see. Sunken Land looks okay. That was the one I was thinking of, though. Oh, this isn't it, but this is one that looked pretty cool. Icarus. Looks pretty cool.
I used to have that on my wish list at one time.
Yeah, it looks pretty. It's a survival one, but it looks pretty cool. Let me see. Was it here? Subnautica would be interesting. Oh, here it is. Gotham Knights. It's $9 right now. Normally $60.
Gotham Knights?
Yeah, it's like
I actually have that.
yeah, it's $9 right now. That's multiplayer though, isn't it?
I didn't. I started the playthrough of the story, but I've never. I don't know if.
Is it
I'd
any
have to
good
look
or?
at it. It looked likable if you like the kind of the Batman
Mm-hmm.
type genre.
Well, I've got the Avengers, so that's why I was like, that looks decent. It's not bad. Maybe.
Yeah, I've actually got that one. I haven't played it in a long time.
Yeah, I play it occasionally, not very often. Of course, Power Wash Simulator, that would be one that I'd like, but Emily would not like. Just being honest.
Oh, it's yeah.
Ready or Not looks cool, but it's not on sale. It's still $50. Let's see what else. I don't know. I'd have to sit down and actually go through. There's so many that it just scrolls forever. You know, when they have
See,
big
one
sales.
I've got on mine is on sale. It's a co-op. It's Medieval Dynasty.
No, maybe I don't have that one. I have a medieval one. I just don't remember what it's called. Maybe it's Black Sands or something like that. Is it an RPG?
Let's see. This is a sim. Let's see. What does it say? Multiplayer co-op medieval open world. Hunt, survive, build, and lead in the harsh Middle Ages. Create your own medieval dynasty. Almost looks like city building.
Gotcha. I think I might have seen someone playing that. Arma 3's on sale too. That's been out for years though. I've seen people replay like the 6 days and it looks cool, but it's not worth the cost right now because all they have is 4 different types of gameplay. Although the one cool thing with it is it does, like, each map is dynamic. Like, the buildings change, the locations of things change, the stuff inside buildings change. So it's every time you play it, it's different, right? Which is cool, but also it's just like, with only 4 game modes, it just didn't look like it would have much playability beyond after the first couple of hours playing it,
Yeah, I picked up Arma 3 when it was on sale once and never played it.
Yeah. Let's see. I'd have to go through. Like I said, it would take me a long time to go through all these.
Yeah, I need to look at my wish list.
I haven't even looked at my wish list to see what's on sale. But obviously there are a lot of these that are on sale, but
Yeah, that's medieval.
to see specifically what was on sale.
Simulator.
There's a classic Dovetail Games Train Simulator classic that's for $10 right now. If you
I
mentioned-
found the one I was waiting for it to go
Oh,
on sale.
gotcha,
It's
okay.
called Derail Valley
Oh, there's
Simulator.
There's Medieval Dynasty. I think I have seen someone play that, I think.
Ranch Sim.
Squad. Squad's on sale, but not for much off.
What did you say that other one was?
It-
Lethal something?
Oh, Lethal Company, I think. That's the one that Emily mentioned. GTFO.
Now I know why she mentioned it.
Why is that?
Co-op horror.
Oh, well, it didn't look like too scary when I saw it. It's almost cartoonish, kind of.
I see. I'm watching the video on it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of cartoonish, so I don't know how
Sca-
horror, like how terrifying it'll be, but that does sound like something Emily would like.
That just came out too.
Yeah, it's only $10.
Ah, it's an early access.
Yeah.
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 I'll check it on my wish list. I don't have many games on my wish list.
You're not like mine.
I just don't, I don't know. I'm funny. I'll look at games and I'll think about putting them on my wish list and nah.
With me, I'll put them on my wish list, and then I'll forget they're there and just leave them there. And then, even though they've been on there 6 or 7 years, I just leave them on. I'm like, whatever. Oh, hello.
Days in Fallujah.
Yeah, it looks really cool. The graphics and the gameplay and everything is cool. It's a tactical type of game, but it's like I said, downside of it is just there's not many game modes. So it's very repetitive,
6 days.
Yeah. Yeah. Looks really cool. Like if they were to add additional game modes, or different maps.
Yeah.
Additional maps, then it might be a little bit more worth the while. But the guy who I was watching, and I watched, he's ex-military, so he's into that kind of stuff. And they do the whole, him and his friends. I guess you can only do 4 person teams, you know. But
Oh yeah.
you get like one respawn. So like if one of you dies, or 2 or 3 of you die or whatever, then you can respawn everyone who's dead by having to run back to your APC and respawn them. But after that, if you die after that, there's no secondary respawn for anyone. So, jeez, what am I doing? It's like I all of a sudden drew a 6th thumb or something. Playing with all thumbs.
Oh my gosh. So I'm flipping through the different areas and it's showing the recommended. Like I look for
like hardware? Oh no,
like
recommended games for you.
Yeah, like story rich.
Yeah.
I selected that. Like I'll look at the different categories. And I'm flipping through the games, and up comes Disney Dreamlight Valley. Why this? Now listen to this. Why this game is relevant to you? Similar to games you've played, and you know the game it shows, American Truck Simulator. How is this like American Truck Simulator?
Well, I mean, if you ever have to, you know, like say transport cattle, I mean, there are a bunch of cows, a bunch of heifers.
Holy smokes.
No, I'm just joking. That doesn't mean anything.
RoboCop Road City, a single player mode. I thought about that one time, but it's still $35.
There was one, and I haven't seen it ever since I saw like someone play it, and they streamed it when it was, I don't know if it was in beta testing or what, but it was a Ghostbusters game. Now, every time you search on Steam for Ghostbusters, it only pulls up one game, like one Ghostbusters game, and it's like some older one that's not it. It's not the same one, right? So, but this one was kind of cool because it was like, it reminded me of Ghosts Hunt Midnight. Well, no, sorry. What is it called? Midnight Ghost Hunt. That's what I was thinking of. I know you don't have it, but it's one of the ones I've got, and you've probably seen me play it before.
Midnight Ghost Hunt?
Yeah, it reminds me of that a little bit,
I
where one
remember
of you,
streaming.
right, where you can be a ghost or you can be a person, and it's kind of random. Anyway, where it would just randomly select one of the people to be the ghost, and it was funny because like you can be like Slimer, and you can slime people, and it looked pretty cool. And you had a certain amount of time you had to find the person in, kind of thing. Gotta get a new. Anyway, it looked kind of cool.
Yeah.
But I haven't been able to find it ever since, so. I mean, they haven't even released it into beta even.
The Infected.
Yeah, this is taking quite a while. Excuse me. Dude, it is kind of interesting. My brother and his my brother-in-law, I should say, my sister's wife, my wife's sister. Man, that came out wrong. Anyway, my wife's sister and her family are in town. He's in the army and whatnot. They're funny. Anyway, it's good to see them. They haven't been in for Christmas for I can't remember how long. So I know we're planning to do a bunch of stuff with them and with my wife's other sister that's coming in town with her family from Wyoming. So, but I don't know. I don't think we're doing much tonight because we've got to go to another event that is happening with some of my kids' friends. But for now, I'm gonna get my digging in.
Yeah.
I think the sale goes on for until the 4th. It goes to January 4th. But if you see anything that looks interesting or that would be fun to play together as a group, I'm all up for it. And real quick, I'm just going to swap over there again real quick to see off of my wish list. What is on sale? Let's go to wish list. Okay. What discounts? Now, those have been on here forever. I don't know why I have the Surge on my wish list. I don't remember why I put it on there. I must have saw something in gameplay or something. Rainbow Six Extraction might be fun. It's for $10.
Rainbow Six. Which one was the one we had? Oh, maybe I have that on console. I've played that somewhere before.
Extraction or Rainbow Six? Because it's...
Oh, maybe it was just Rainbow Six.
Yeah. I want to say... Oh, that's... Let's see. Dark. Hunt Showdown looks okay, but I don't know how much replayability there'd be in that. Like a Blackout Club. Bigfoot. Did you say... Oh, I have Terminator Resistance listed as one. You said RoboCop. That's what you said, right?
Yeah, but that one's, I think that's just single player, maybe.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, I had seen somebody streaming that looked like they did a good job. I think the original guy did the voiceover for it. The original RoboCop.
Let's see, negative, that's not good. Fountain of Youth. Is this multiplayer? There's one called Occupying Mars, the game. That'd be kind of cool. But I don't know if it's multiplayer. Under the Waves. Yeah. Squad 44. One single player. Is it Railroads Online? Is that the one you have? Or you're looking at?
No, it was Derail Valley was the one that I was thinking about.
Yeah, I think that one's on sale. I did see that one for sale. Single player. Yeah. Yeah, I just looked through all the ones I have on my wish list. Okay. I need to back this bad boy up. One that could potentially be fun. I already have it, but it's the Hunter Call of the Wild. That one's multiplayer too.
Where do I have? I thought I had that. Let me check real quick. Yeah, I have it.
Oh,
I
you
don't
do?
have it downloaded, but I have it.
It's pretty fun.
Call of the Wild.
It is multiplayer. I haven't ever played it multiplayer, but it's fun.
I didn't even know it had a multiplayer.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But see, it's more for me. It's just more of that's kind of what I enjoyed doing is being out in the outdoors and hunting when I was growing up. So for me, it's more just relaxing, kind of like this.
Yeah. Yeah, I do have Gotham Knights.
Oh, man, this is taking quite a hot minute. Alright, we're gonna change location here. Let's actually go this way. So what you got going Christmas Day at your house? What's the plan?
I got the boy and his group coming. The daughter's coming this weekend. They can't all come on the same day.
They can't?
No, they're doing the in-laws. They flip-flop.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Like next year, the daughter will be here and the son will come on the weekend and they can spend Christmas with the in-laws. And I get that. Check my fire. I'll be right back.
Okay. Ooh, down there. Didn't expect to get anything. By that day and night cycle, man. It's quick. That? I swear I turned it on. Okay. Sun is coming up. I thought it was going down. Whew. Okay.
It starts looking bigger after a while.
It's like eventually I'm going to make a dent in this thing. I don't know, I'm starting to make a dent, but I'm only 35% done.
Is this part of the tourism campaign?
Yeah.
Maritime tour? Yeah.
Yeah. I had to finish a campaign to go to the next base upgrade or whatever it is, from M to
Yeah.
whatever it is. So I thought, well, I'll
Yeah.
just do the tourism one because I need to get that stupid. The reason I picked this campaign first is because that stupid bridge, man. It takes forever sometimes to go around that stupid thing.
Mhm.
So I'm like, I'll just get the bridge done. It's the second one in, so I'll do that. So that was the reason behind it.
I've done this one. I've done the harbor one. Now I'm working on the educational one. I just finished building a college, and now it's urban renewal is what it is, or something like that, and not education. And I built a college, and now I'm doing a shopping mall, or I started that.
Yeah, 37% done. That's just with the freaking first step. That boy's taking a while. Oh, let's see. Okay. Try a different location. Come on, you pig. Let's go. You use the backhoe, I'm assuming? Hey, on this mission?
Yeah. Yeah, I think I did. That is a big hole. God, I piled dirt all around that sucker. You're gonna get it where you don't have to do that, but man, I piled
Oh, well, yeah, that can go there. It's the rocks and the wood. Yeah, that's a lot of wood. Or a lot of dirt.
Hey, Big Show.
Hey, how's it going,
Big
guys?
Show! What's up, buddy?
Not much.
Pretty good.
Figure I just come shoot some people in the face.
You did what?
Shoot some people in the face. That's what I always tell my wife when I'm going to play tanks. I'm going to go shoot some people in the face. Wow, it's socially unacceptable to do it in real life, so...
Yeah, you gotta do it. Do it digitally, huh? That's awesome. They're supposed to, from what I understand, there's supposed to be a free tank tomorrow.
Yeah.
Just by logging in.
I thought it was today, actually.
No, it's the 22nd.
Oh.
Just by logging in, you'll get a free tank. It's a Tier 9 American Medium Patton
Today?
tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, the Patton. Yeah, I heard it. That's what
Patton, the tank, the Patton, or something like that. Patton the tank. I can't remember what it's called, but it's free Tier 9, I guess. It's worse than the Patton or the M60, but hey, it's a free Tier 9, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, free.
Can't complain about it, I guess. You all ready for Christmas over there, Big Show?
Yeah, we don't do a whole lot, so...
You got a lot of family coming, or no?
No.
Not really.
I go to my parents and that's it. I don't really talk to my brother, so...
Why not? You just don't see him too often?
Happy birthday every year. No, we just wish each other happy birthday. We're just completely different people.
Yeah, it's all good. Different interests and stuff, so I understand.
And
I hear you, man. Is it just the one brother?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You know what they say, you can make your friends, but you can't make your family.
I guess I got kind of lucky. I got, like, my brothers for the most part I get along with. My oldest brother, I've got 3 brothers and 3 sisters. But the 3 brothers I have, I get along with pretty well for the most part. The one that's closest in age to me, we get along pretty well, and the other 2, you know, the one that's in the middle, I get along with him fairly well. The oldest one I get along with well too, but it's more cordial. It's just like, hey, you know, how you doing? How's the family doing? Kind of thing, you know, because he was grown up and out of the house before I was even, well, not quite out of the house, but he was 18, you know, at least, getting ready to get out of the house when I was born. So it's just like I have a sister that's older than him. She's the oldest of the family, and like, you know, I love her, my sister and stuff, but like, we'll go to, because like her oldest kid is 2.5 years younger than I am, right? So she was obviously, you know, pretty much out of the house basically when I was born, or at least really super young. And so, like, whenever they have a cabin, we go up to one of the lakes here nearby, and every year. But they have a cabin, like literally they'll invite my other siblings into their cabin to stay there, but they won't invite me and my family. So it's like, oh, okay, whatever. You know, it's just interesting, you know, different dynamics. We're not as close as I am with some of my other siblings.
Yeah. Me and my brother get along well. We were together. Your wife and William and their parents. We didn't get them in soccer, so
Right.
we were never really close growing up anyway, so it was great.
How much older is your brother than you?
I'm 2 years older.
Oh, you're older than he is.
You're 13 days. It's 2 years. Like I'm 74.
That's pretty close in age.
Yeah.
My 2 youngest, I've got 3 girls, right? The 2 youngest are exactly 13 months apart to the day, right? So it's weird. It's interesting because there are times when they're like each other's best friends, and there are times when like they're at each other's throats, you know?
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how they are when they're full-fledged adults. And they're close. One's 18, the other's 17, you know, so not too far off. How many siblings you got, hey?
One.
Just the one? Sister? Gotcha. And are you the oldest or the youngest?
I'm the baby.
Gotcha. So after
I
your...
like to tell her I saved the best for last.
I was just gonna say, so after they had you, they figured they had perfection. Is that what it is?
That's what I tell her. I say they figured, why should we have another? We have the best one here.
That's funny.
She hates that.
Yeah. Do you see her very often or no?
Yeah, they live close. We eat supper with them.
Right on.
And they're coming this weekend too.
Oh, are they? Okay, cool.
Yeah, they live close. Yeah, small family, but I mean, I had everybody Thanksgiving, but get them back at Christmas.
Right. There's nothing wrong with small families. I happen to grow up in a big one, but I have a buddy that he's an only child, you know.
Yes.
So there's good things in all sizes of families, pros and cons. I gotta go get some gas on this stupid thing, man. Gas. Fast travel. Doing a construction simulator. Yeah, so. It's kind of therapeutic after a long day of playing tanks. Playing with stupid people you can actually just jump on, do your own thing, and not have to rely on dumb people, you know? It's nice.
I thought about getting into driving games. I wanted to play some driving games. I don't think I've done that one again.
You're trying to prevent the addiction, huh?
Yeah.
I hear you.
American Truck Simulator. Between that, Farming Simulator, and Construction Simulator, I could kill hours.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah. Yeah, it passes time by really quick. But it's fun to play construction, but to be someone working in construction, it sucks. I'm glad I don't do construction anymore. It's a rough life, man. It's hard on the body.
Can be for sure.
There are certain construction jobs, though, I'm glad I never did.
One of the worst ones is roofing.
Yeah.
It's so hard in your joints because you're always on an angle.
And it's hot up on it's either the plywood or shingles or whatever you're putting up, you know. My brother used to...
Most of the guys around here will start at like 6 a.m. and stop at noon. They're not working in the afternoon ever.
Yeah.
In the summer it's too hot.
Yeah. My brother was a roofer. And I've built roofs. I used to be a rough framer, so I used to build homes, right? So I would be up on those, laying the sheets of plywood up on that hot reflective surface in the summertime. And on the slick surface in the wintertime when there's ice up there sliding towards my doom. I've done that before. Be like the scariest I've of course you see all kinds of accidents when you're building homes, but we happened to get this job building these apartments, and it was during wintertime, so it was, it was a not secure, but it was a steady job, right? Because it's apartments and it's a lot of work to do, and
Yep.
so it kept us busy through the wintertime, which is nice. But then you got the downside of it, like we were sheeting this roof. We had one crew. It wasn't our crew. It was another hired crew. The general hired another rough framing company to do the first and second floors, and then my crew would be going through, and we were doing the third floor and roof, right? And then of
Okay.
course sheeting it and everything. Anyway, wintertime comes, snow's falling and whatnot, and every morning we'd have to go out, shovel the snow off the roof before we could even start work, right? You'd for OSHA, you'd have to put your harness on, put your rope on, and tie it down to one of the rafters, and then shovel it off. Well, did that. We got ready for the day, and we're getting our belts and stuff on. And next thing we know, we hear this just screaming, and it's probably like 5:30, 6 in the morning, something like that. And you just hear this just screaming like someone's dying,
Yeah.
And there was 4 of us on our crew, and we happened to look out over one of the decks of this apartment complex that looked in towards the center.
Yep.
And one of the buildings in the center, all you could see was, because it had already been roofed and everything, and they had the finish framers in there working on that, and you could just see the balcony, right? And the balcony was covered in snow, and it was nothing but red snow, just blood everywhere. And so we jump down, we run down over there. We call the ambulance on the way down. It wasn't even one of our crew members. It was just one of this other crew member guys. We'd gone down there, and the dude, he was sawing a 2x4 with a skill saw, no big deal, but he had pinned the blade up with his pencil.
Yeah.
Pinned it up, and what happened is he was standing up sawing it, which I've done this plenty of times, so I can't fault him, but he added up the board up on his leg, holding it there, and it bound. The blade bound, and it bounced across both of his kneecaps. It was set at full depth, 3.5 inches. So
Not good.
yeah, no, not good at all. And so the guy, from what I understand, he ended up getting gangrene and had to have at least one of his legs amputated that I heard of. And then on that same job site, I almost died. We were.
Good grief.
It was nuts, man. I was up on the roof. We'd already shoveled off the snow, right? No big deal. We had put a stack of plywood up on the roof. We built a stand for it, and we'd already put our kickers in. When we nailed in our kickers, a kicker is I don't know if you know what a kicker is, but a kicker is a 2x4. When you're framing and you're putting the roof on, you put a 2x4 along the very bottom of the roof plywood sheets, right? The very last one, right before you go off the edge, right?
Yeah.
So it's called a kicker. And what it's meant to do is, if you slide down there, if you lose your footing or whatever, and you slide down, it's supposed to, your feet hit up against it, and it stops you from going over the edge, right? So that's a good thing. It's a safety measure. Anyway, this bundle of plywood was up against a step up. A step up is basically it's the change in elevation in your roof, right? So a lot of houses have them where one roof is at a certain height, and then it's a vertical 90-degree step up 2 or 3 feet, and you have another level of roof, right? So we're going. I'm buckled in. I got my harness on. I got my rope on for OSHA to keep them happy. and OSHA was at that job site a number of times that year, trying to find things they could find the general contractor for, you know.
Yeah.
And so we were going along, and we were shooting this roof, and I had to unbuckle to get like where it was buckled at. I had to unbuckle, take 2 steps. Like you have to step up onto this step up. You step up on the next level of roof, and then you buckle back in and you go on, right? Well, I jump up holding this 4 foot by 8 foot sheet of plywood, 1/2 inch, and no big deal. I unbuckle, and just as I unbuckle, and I'm getting ready to buckle, I'm still holding this sheet of plywood on me, right? Because I can't lay it down. If I lay it down, it's going to go right off the roof, right? And down into a parking lot with cars and stuff parked in it. So I'm holding this stupid sheet of plywood, and a gust of wind picks up, and it's like a sail, man. So it picks me up, and I go sliding down this roof, and there's a sheet of plywood on top of me. I can't see where I'm going, and I'm sliding, and I feel my feet hit the kicker, and I'm like, oh sweet, you know, at least this kicker stopped me in. As soon as I hit that kicker, I just threw that sheet of plywood off me, and it went down into the parking lot. Lucky no one was in there. It was early enough in the morning. Wasn't even parked there, and no one was living in the apartments yet. It wasn't even finished, but there was construction people that parked there all the time, you know.
Yeah.
And anyway, so I go and I I jump up, and I look down to see the kicker, and it wasn't the kicker. What had happened is, when we were up there, we had been sawing using the skill saw, and we were sawing a piece for a kicker to lay down, and this end piece that we had sawed off had slid down the roof in between the stack of plywood and the step up, the wall, you know, that little step up, and it wedged itself in there. And that's where I slid down. I slid in between the sheet of plywood, or the bundle of plywood, and the step up, and all it was is it just got wedged in there, and it held my body weight, and I didn't go off the edge. So I was lucky there. Nothing like falling to asphalt 3 stories down. Yeah, that would have been sure death. We had another dude before we started on that job that was on that job. It was on a different crew. They were doing the roofing before we got hired on to do it. And he had fallen off the other side, which wasn't asphalted. It was just a dirt mound, but it was still 3-story fall. He fell down there. Broke his back, and had to deal with that. So there's a lot of accidents on that job site, man. It's crazy.
That doesn't sound fun.
Yeah, another reason I'm glad to not be working construction anymore. Hold on, I'll be right back. Emily's yelling at me. Give me a sec.
I think I just won us the game. I ended up with 5 kills in my AMX. I didn't even do 2,000 damage.
Oh.
Unless I got some blind shots in, but everyone else was kind of sitting there waiting for them to push us, and I drove around the map and snuck up where everyone was behind them and killed them. Take the win.
Sorry, had to go open the door for Emmy's. She had a few questions. I can tell you another construction story if you want to hear another one. I've got all kinds of them. So the only accident that I was actually in where I got injured was so we were building a house on this particular instance, and it was a nice house. It was pretty decent size. And we were putting a beam in, and there were 3 of us on the job site at the time. And the beam, we had the first floor finished, we had the basement finished, we were building the second floor, and we were just putting this beam in, and we had our air hoses for our staple gun and our 16 penny nail gun. We had that laying across the floor, and we had the 2 ladders set up on each side of where this beam was supposed to go. And my boss was like, hey, we need to be able to set this beam down before we start trying to climb these stairs, right? And so I had the middle. I happened to have the middle at the time of the beam, and then my boss and my other coworker had the sides. And I'm like, well, if we put the beam down, we're gonna pop these hoses, So he's like, well, hurry and move the hoses, move the guns and whatnot, and I'm trying to hurry because this beam's heavy, and I didn't want to leave just 2 people trying to hold this beam. The beam was probably about, I'm guessing, I can't remember, it was probably about a 18-foot beam, and it was laminated, so it was about 4.5 inches thick by about 10 to 12 inches wide, and about 18 feet long. So it's probably 16 foot long. I don't think it was 18. I don't think it was 18 foot. Anyway, it was about 16 feet roughly. So it was heavy. It was a good 400, 500 pound beam, So I reach under, I grab the hose, and I'm pulling on it. And I pull out the nail gun, move it out of the way. I grab the staple gun, I'm pulling on it, and it gets stuck on a cross brace. And so I'm kind of whipping the hose so it'll unhook itself and it'll slide, so I can hurry and get it, underneath the beam, and we don't have any problems. Well, it eventually gets unstuck, but it comes sliding across the floor. Now, have you guys ever used a staple gun or a nail gun?
Yeah.
You know how there's 2 securities on it, right? You've got the trigger, which you got to be able to pull the trigger, and you've got to press the nozzle of it. Yeah, you have to press the nozzle for it to even fire off, right?
Yeah.
No one pressed the trigger. I have no idea how that happened. Still, because I didn't have my hands on it, I was still pulling this hose, and it comes sliding across, and it hits my foot. I hear this. I'm like, well, that's weird. I didn't feel anything. I was like, that's kind of weird, And I'm like, whatever. So I move it and I set it aside, and I go to help put some, get up underneath this beam while they're gonna walk it up the ladder, and I put pressure on that foot, and oh my gosh, what happened is it stapled the first 3 toes together. So my big toe, my next toe, and my middle toe. And it went through the padding on the bottom of the big toe, through the padding on the bottom of the second toe, and it went in and stuck into the bone itself on the 3rd toe. So yeah, I had to go to the ER and get that taken out. That was fun. I had to cut my shoe and my sock off, and got workers' comp for it though. So I'm like, all right. So that's the only actual true accident of myself I ever had. But then we did have one dude that got there early. You know how like the rubber hoses are pretty flexible, right? They're rubber. And so he was holding a staple gun, and he was trying to staple off this sheet on this wall, on this exterior wall. And he had run out of hose. So he's like, I only need to get like 2 or 3 more staples in this stupid thing. So if you pull on it, it's fairly stretching. If you pull on it and time it, you can pull the trigger and get it in. Well, he was doing that, and he ended up stapling his hand to the wall. He wasn't. None of us were there quite yet. He was up there trying to get some stuff done early. He had to call the fire department to come get him down because he's up on a ladder doing this. He didn't want to drop the gun because the guns are fairly expensive, He didn't want to ruin the gun, so he just kind of sat there, and someone came by, and they had to call the fire truck to come get him. Kind of funny. Yeah, it was pretty funny. Anyway, I won't bug you guys with any more construction stories. I do have a number of them, but I won't. There's nothing. Those are probably the best ones, I think.
Yeah, a lot of things can happen.
Oh, yeah. A lot of dangerous things, man. It was fun. It was a fun time of life, but I'm glad I don't do it anymore. Either you guys ever done construction?
Yeah, after I got out of the military, I worked as an electrician.
Oh, yeah. And my brother...
For a short period of time.
Yeah, my brother and brother-in-law both did that. What about you, the big
I've
show?
never done it as a job, but there's nothing I can't do.
Yeah.
Like
Handyman.
I built a 2-car garage on my house.
Oh, nice.
It's 27 by 57.
That's
So
good.
Yeah, it's big.
Yeah, that's decent size. That gives you enough experience to say that you've done at least enough to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
There is some stupidity on construction sites too that you got the fortune of having to miss out on, or not. I shouldn't say having to, but being fortunate enough to miss out on, I should say. A lot of dumb things happen.
I'm always doing stuff for people,
Yeah.
doing renovations. So my next project here is I'm going to rip out a couple walls and rebuild my whole kitchen, like build the cabinets from scratch.
Oh, nice. So you're basically gonna wood frame the cabinets themselves and then
Yeah.
install and do
Yeah.
the finished carpentry.
Yep.
Cool.
I'm going to get my whole kitchen's going to be drawers. I'm not going to have one door except the uppers. Drives me nuts. You got to get on your hands and knees to get the pot in the back of the base cabinets.
Yeah. So you can just pull it out and have it right there and available.
Yep. Everything's going to be drawers and organizers.
Yeah, my wife would love for us to have some updated cabinets myself.
Yeah.
In fact, we started a project. We haven't really necessarily finished it, but my wife wants to redo the pantry, and
Yeah.
so we've already done a little bit of organization on it to fix that. Not really anything carpentry wise yet, or framing wise, but I want to put some drawers in there for her too, so she can store stuff, because that's one thing that she
Yeah.
complains about, is not having enough storage space. So,
You have like a little walk-in pantry, like a closet kind of thing, or?
yeah, it's the closet. I wouldn't say it's necessarily. I mean, obviously you can step in there and there's some space, but it's not
Yeah.
like a ton of space. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Is it in the corner of your kitchen?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know exactly what you got.
It's like a little
Place in
pocket.
the corner cabinet, and you have like an 18 or 24 inch door
Yeah.
in the front of it. So.
Yep, it's 24. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a little pocket pantry kind of.
Yeah. Holds a lot of shit though.
It does. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in there, but there's more space needed because she's got, like, she was going through. I don't know if you guys have you don't have a DI, I doubt, or maybe you don't know what it is, but it's kind of like a thrift shop, right? You guys know what thrift
Okay,
shops
yeah.
are, right? So
Yeah,
there's a thrift shop here locally that's called the DI, or Deseret Industries is what DI stands for.
Yeah.
Anyway, you just basically drop off stuff you don't want as long as it works and whatever, and then they resell it to like pennies on the dollar, kind of thing, to people who
Yeah.
don't have much. Anyway, so my wife, she was going through like all of our kitchen items, like toasters and food processors and all that kind of crap,
Yep.
because we have like one whole big giant shelf in the kitchen that's just full of that crap. And she was going through there and she found this toaster oven, and I'm like, toaster oven? I didn't even know we had a toaster. She's like, yeah, we used it like once or twice ever since we've been married. And I'm like, okay. But that's what she needs extra space for, is those types of things,
Yeah.
Heck, for our wedding, we ended up getting like 4 different juicers. Or no, they weren't juicers, they were food processors.
Food processors.
Yeah.
All
So-
that stuff takes up space. Like,
Oh, yeah.
you got an air fryer and an Instapot.
Yeah. Yeah, and we got both of those too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It all takes up space. Your toaster and your toaster oven, and then
Mm-hmm.
Keurig machines, or whatever else. Like, I got a sandwich maker, that makes like the Egg McMuffins.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we had something similar to that. We had like a George Foreman,
Yeah.
never used. She took a ton of that. We had a quesadilla maker. Like, how often do I eat quesadillas that I need a quesadilla maker?
Yeah, unless you just make them in a frying pan.
Yeah. I don't even know where we got that thing from. It's this big giant red circular giant quesadilla maker. So
Huh.
anyway, so
Yeah,
obviously we got
stuff
rid of
from
that.
Our wedding too. That we got like dish sets and stuff we've never even used.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, a lot of that organizational stuff is expensive to buy. Like, I was looking at a pull-out pantry system for my cabinets. So I basically got like an 18-inch wide cabinet that you pull straight out. It's 2 feet deep, and it's just all wire basket shelves and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Just the framework and the wire baskets is almost $1,000.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we have done is, well, it's not necessarily, we have like, they aren't wire. She got a bunch of ones that were like plastic, and she got like this like multi-tiered organization thing for cans of food, and she got it's not like a wall, it's kind of like a wallpaper, but it's rubber mat kind of stuff that's for the base of all the shelves, and
Yeah.
a bunch of junk like that we've already gotten in, that we got put in just recently, and it was pretty decently expensive. And I just ordered her a pantry door because she wants a new pantry door. So I ordered her a pantry door. That's one of her things for Christmas. One of her gifts. But it's not coming in until January 8th. It's one of those gifts that she already knows she's getting. So
Yep.
so it's not important to have it here on December 25th,
Rebecca?
I work 3 days next week. So I got, I work Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. But the rest of the week I have off.
I'm taking my last vacation every week.
What days are you taking off?
We get off the day of and the day after and the day before. So
Oh, nice.
Friday, this Friday and then Tuesday were already holidays. So I took off 3 today, yesterday, and today, and then the last 3 days of next week. So I
Nice.
don't go back till after New Year's.
Nice.
So,
That's always nice.
oh,
I don't know why. Hey, I thought you were retired.
yeah, unretired.
So am I. Oh wait, I'm retarded, not retired.
Yeah, retired. There's synonyms, aren't they?
No, that's me. Hay's not retarded. I'm retarded.
There's retire and unretire.
Yeah. That's nice to keep busy and
Yeah.
do stuff too, right?
Well, I can do some, half the week I can do from home.
Yeah.
Except during the busy times.
Have you always worked? No, I'm not saying you shouldn't say always, but did you retire from the place you're working at right now?
No.
So this is a different place.
Yeah.
So where did you originally work and do?
In Georgia, I worked in a chemical plant. It was owned by 3 different companies at 3 different times. It started out as American Cyanamid, and they sold out to a Finnish company called Kemira, and then they sold out to an American company called Kerr-McGee. And when I left, Kerr-McGee was in the process of organizing some subsidiaries. It was a chemical plant, made titanium dioxide. And so they made their chemical. They went totally oil and gas, and now they're sold. I think they sold out. I think Kerr-McGee, I'm not sure if they're still around. But see, they had an oil and gas division, and a chemical division. And when they bought the company, we fell under their chemical division, and then they decided to divest of the chemical business, and what they did was they made the plants that were on the chemical side subsidiaries and of Kerr-McGee, and so
Right.
they got a new name and all that. But I took off then right before that actually was finalized, and I worked in organizational development in the end. I started out in management and then went into organizational development.
Right on. That's a far cry from what you're doing now.
Oh yeah. Well,
I mean, organizational wise, I guess it's still there, but it seems to be a little bit different field. Obviously, way different field.
well, it's the same in that I'm involved in training somewhat, and then also developing. You develop programs, and that was something that I had done before. But then, yeah, a lot of it's different. I mean, it's more personnel,
Yeah.
related, I guess. I mean, it's employment.
Yeah. I used to be the bad guy. Long time ago. Like in my employment ways.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I was so I used for 10 years I did collections. Financial recovery.
Oh my goodness.
So like and I've did it across all kinds of boards, man. I've done it. I've done individual, I've done credit card, I've done business collections, like collecting from businesses, like business credit card and whatnot. I've collected from cars. So like car payments and loans, auto loans, medical loans. Not medical loans, medical bills, sorry. I only did that for like 3 months, and then I was like, I'm done doing collections. But yeah, so I used to be the bad guy that you'd call people up, and I was a nice guy though. I usually would try to work payment plans and stuff like that out with people, and so because I hate for people to have to deal with
If you don't
crap.
pay,
Oh,
you're showing up with
I
a
s-
couple of my buddies.
I used to do skip trace. So skip trace is kind of cool. It's like when people try to run and hide away from their debts, I would find them. Yep. And I had all kinds of tools to do that kind of stuff and find people, and they'd be like, "How'd you find my number?" It's called skip tracing. Anyway, they had a lot of tools and stuff like that. They were kind of fun. I will say, probably the collection job, I wouldn't say I liked it the least, but it was definitely at least the one that I probably didn't like. The top two that I didn't like, right, was auto loan collections. But doing auto loan collections there's so many funny stories to deal with that. It's pretty crazy. Some of the things that we used to do to find people and collect and whatnot is crazy. You had to think outside the box sometimes with that particular job. Like, so it's illegal for a collection company to collect a vehicle on Native American land, right? You can't do it.
Yeah. Right.
You can't send repo guys there. You can't. But you still have to try to collect on some of those debts, you know. So we found that we had one area that there was a lot of cars that we had to have picked up. Like there was no joke. There was probably like 15 cars that were in this one area that happened to be on Indian reservation land, and so we couldn't send a repo guy in there to do it. So we got a little bit smart with it. We called a local bar that was just outside the reservation, and we told them, hey, I shouldn't say we, it was the company, right, decided that that they would pay for drinks for the entire night if that bar would send out flyers and pamphlets to the natives that lived in the area.
Yeah.
We picked up all 15 cars that night. Or we had the repo guys go there. We had like I don't know how many trucks. I happened to get one car off of that. One of the ones I had that was in collections. But there was what happens is when the repo guys go out, they put notes into the system, and it actually, you can read what happened and the notes from the repo dude. But yeah, they were able to get all 15 cars that night. Had one dude, this one I feel bad about because I was actually trying to work with this guy. He just stopped trying to communicate with me. I've been working with him for about 4 months, and then he started avoiding me and not taking my calls. As long as he was, taking my calls and working with me, and I would work with him,
Yeah.
But this guy, he stopped communicating. I hadn't heard from him for like 3 weeks, and he had fallen 150 days past due at that point, and they normally collect at 90. So I'd given him ample time to try to get things taken care of, and now he was avoiding me, so I had to put it in for repo. Well, I would follow up, and I'd check the repo notes every other day or so, and a week goes by or so, roughly. And finally there's an update in there from the repo guy. Well, what this guy had been doing is that he would go into work. He would drive to work, and he would park his car, like, I'm trying to remember how many blocks that the repo guy mentioned. It was like 10 blocks or so away from his work location. And then he would walk those 10 blocks from where he was parking his car and going to work. And then, our repo guy couldn't find it because he's looking around his work and he's looking around his home, and it's 10 blocks away. And anyway, our repo guy happened to be driving by, and when he would go home, he would park his car and put it in the garage, and then our repo guy would knock on the door and the guy wouldn't answer. Well, we can't go and open garages. It's illegal to go in and open a garage and take a vehicle out of there that's for repo. It has to be in plain sight and and accessible. So the guy goes in, and he's driving around looking for this car and a couple other cars that were in the area for other collectors, and he happens to run across the guy's car, and he's like, he checks the VIN matches, everything matches. He takes it. Well, that guy ended up having to, he finished up with work, and he walked 10 blocks to go get into his car, and his car's not there. so that one I do feel bad about, but he wasn't working with me at that point, so I guess I shouldn't feel too bad about it. Trying to think, there was another one that was pretty funny too. This one wasn't too funny, but it's interesting because, like, you also cannot collect off of military installations, right? You can, as long as you get a hold of the officer in charge. What is it, commanding officer, the CO? If you can get a hold of the CO, then sometimes they'll let you either go on to base to get the vehicle, or they'll basically call the person into their office, because the military does not put up with people being behind on their bills. And this guy, I ended up having to send the repo guy over to the military installation. It happened to be a Navy guy, but I sent him over there to the shipyard where he was at. And I had already called the CO, and his CO said, "Yeah, just come up. We'll let the guy onto the base, and he can pick it up right here." He even called the guy into his office and had him talk to me. It was pretty good. It was pretty neat, like, in the way that they were willing to work with me. But unfortunately, I had to pick that one up too. Anyway, I like not being the bad guy anymore.
Yeah. I can imagine.
It's wearing, man. I did it for 10 years. It wears on you.
Wow. 76%. You're getting there.
Yeah, eventually I'll get there. don't even know if I'm gonna get to 100% before my wife gets home.
Oh, you gotta do dinner.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Might not get to 100% before this. Probably have to end the
When I
stream.
did that one, I was like, oh, you've got to be kidding me. I think that was a job that made me buy
This.
that loader,
Yeah.
that excavator.
Yeah.
Then you got to put the sewer pipe in. That's a building, isn't it?
I think so, yeah. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to. Maybe I can get one more scoop here. Oh, there's still some here. Maybe one or two more. This takes freaking forever, man.
Yeah. I thought I was literally going to have to drive down in the hole at one point to get the rest of it, but I was able to manage.
I've definitely hit bedrock. Maybe one in front of me here. Okay, it's time to move. It's the best way. Yeah, my brother-in-law, like I was saying before, it's in the military. He's in. They came here for the holidays, and he was talking about. Oh, do I have to reset this thing? Anyway, he was talking about because he's in. We call him the oxymoron of the family because he's in Army intelligence, and he's been doing that stuff for 14 years, something like that. He's trying to stay in to hit his 20-year mark so he can retire, you know, get full benefits.
Yeah.
Anyway, he, I don't think I can reach that, can I? Anyway, he, no, I can't. Dang it. Okay, so he was telling us story, or telling me stories. He didn't want to tell the kids stories there because he works, he's the one that calls in a lot of the drone strikes and was in Afghanistan calling drone strikes on some of the terrorists, and one of his biggest kills was this one of the gun suppliers or the Afghanis were using, the Taliban were using. So he was telling us stories about like he can't tell us all the stories, so some of it is classified, but he was telling us the things that he could tell us. And he was telling us about this guy that he ended up getting, and calling down from a Reaper drone, the airstrike on him, took him out with a Hellfire missile. So, dude, he was saying that the only thing left of one of these guys, I don't know if it was this specific guy, the drug guy, or not drug guy, I'm sorry, the gun guy. But the only thing left of one of these guys that he called it on was the face. of the dude. Like, I don't know if I could do that.
Yeah. My ex-business partner, brother-in-law, and his brother were both trail directors. He said the worst thing is when someone commits suicide, you see the lights of their eyes
Yeah.
before they die.
Yeah.
It's hard to get over, even though there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah. The one thing that he said that he struggled with the most, yeah, this wasn't last night he was telling us about this, but he had told us this one a couple years ago. Because he hasn't been deployed, obviously, because Afghanistan, they haven't been in there for a while, but he said that the Afghanis like to send in, or I shouldn't say Afghanis, the Taliban like to send in kids to do the bombings. And what they'll do is they'll basically pack the kids with explosives, and they'll send them to attack one of the FOBs, the forward operating bases, and they have to kill them before they get there, and then afterwards my brother-in-law said that they had to go and pick up body parts. So he said that's probably the hardest. It's sad to see, people have a disregard for life like that. But how long you been doing your job, Big Show? I know you do IT, but is it information systems? Is it IS or IT that you do?
I do everything.
Okay, networking and all that crap. Right on.
They
So-
have programming our payroll systems. That was also the project that we built the grant on this building. 2010 was going to come back to that.
Right.
A lot of construction. So
How long you been doing that though?
I've been with this company for 20 years next year.
Oh, is that the first place you worked at doing that job, that type of job, or other places?
I had my own computer company out. I basically started in high school.
Ah.
And these guys were one of my customers. They got a big contract. Asked me if I'd be interested in coming on board. That was right when all the whole online shopping and everything was starting. So it was like, yeah, I can see that. The other thing we noticed too is we used to do a lot of work with small companies,
Uh huh.
right? That didn't have any IT support. They didn't know, like,
Yeah.
just setting up simple, like, internet network printers and stuff like that. But
Right.
what
Just-
happened, what we noticed happening is everyone started having a kid or someone that knew how to do it. Because the kids had grown up with it, right? They learned it in school and stuff, so they could just go and set up their parents' networking work because they weren't worried about security or anything, like,
Yeah.
dentist's office and stuff like that. They just needed stuff hooked up. So we're starting to lose out on a lot of clients like that because they just learned how to do it. Tech got a little easier.
Yeah. Yeah, I still think those BZ 176s are too overpowered, man.
Funny thing is, that's the thing I'm playing right now.
Hmm.
Getting destroyed. And I'm dead. Getting to see this one.
Not sure what Wargaming was thinking when they put that into the game.
I don't know. It's not that good of a tank. Like, it's good, but it's not.
Oh,
And it
the thing that's trouble with it is that it seems, even though they say that it's inaccurate, it seems to hit like every shot. Not every shot, but it seems to be pretty accurate. I think there's some soft stats built into it that make it more accurate than it looks like on paper. Cause isn't it like 4.2 or 4.1 or something like that? 0.41 accuracy or something like that? 0.4 something. Give me just a second here. Yeah. The what?
Anyway, 3045M and an OI sniped me from the other side of the map. Out of render range is 500.
It's impressive.
92. Takes forever. What did you figure out about 300 buckets? Drive on down there into it. He must have his mic muted.
Backer.
Yeah.
phone call from the whiff. So
Yeah. I figured.
yeah, and she's almost home, so I got to get dinner going. I'm like, can I make 100%? I'm at 99%.
You're almost there, man.
Yeah, this
I
takes
tell you, man, it's sickening.
like I haven't left much in the bottom of this freaking hole to even grab. Got to be close to 100% by now. Like closer than just 99%.
Have you hit the V key to see any red areas?
No, I haven't. That's a good point. Son of a monkey's uncle. Oh, that over there. That's where I'm going with my next scoop. Let's see. Oh, wrong key. Forgot about that V key.
Yeah, I use that when I'm excavating and clearing. See, that shows you everywhere. And any one of those red areas, you grab a bucket, you're going to go 100, I imagine. Right there in that corner.
There we go, 100%.
Hey, nice.
Oh my gosh. What'd I get out for, stupid? Okay, here we go. Oh, I did it again.
I've done that so many times.
Alright. Probably gonna have to end it here at least because got the whiff on our way.
All right.
I'll talk to you guys later.